Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube video. Today it's going to be a showing off video and an announcement I have to make at the end of this video, so stay tuned so you'll hear it. And so today I've got a few knives I've made that I'm going to be showing off and putting for sale once they're done. And I've got a special package I'll be sending to a friend of mine. That's part of that announcement, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, so I'll show off the real knives first. Here's one that I haven't completely finished yet. A nice little giant spear point Bowie. Full tang, made out of that nice sawmill blade, so high carbon steel. Definitely would make a heck of a chopper. I got to put the pins in it, sand it, yada, 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 and it'll be good to go. Beautiful. Next is another circular saw blade. Again, a nice, beautiful piece, full tang. I'll be putting the pins in it, and then, of course, hand hammering them. And I made another one of these little beauties. Took one of those letter openers I purchased and modified it and and made it into a tang and made a beautiful looking dagger. This one will be put for sale as well. Last but not least is these. Now, haven't really covered this subject a lot, but back before I got into knives, I used to be a prop guy. I would make prop knives, prop guns, and just sell them off to people. And I figured with Halloween coming up and the new Halloween movie coming out, I would actually make a bunch of prop knives to sell when it gets closer to time period. So these will be put for sale, well, once a couple of them are finished. And when it gets close to Halloween, so I'll be able to sell these. And basically, these are made out of some junk steel that I had lying around. That's not really good for holding an edge, but it's good if you want to make a prop out of it and a very realistic looking one. So the very first one I made was this one right here. This was the very first prop I have made in over a couple of years, except for that prop machete I sold a couple months back. But I made that a couple years ago, so this is the first recent prop knife I've made in a very long time. And darn, this thing looks good. Yes, it has a real metal blade, so I guess you can say it's a real knife, but there's no edge. It is basically blunt, and the tip's even rounded off to make it safe for people. It's got a real wooden handle and real hand-hammered pins. Basically the most realistic looking prop you can get. So this one I kept for myself. This is the first one I've made. Definitely beautiful. And I actually modeled this after one of my actual large butcher knives that I have in my collection. Just made it a little bigger. And then I made a whole bunch of other ones. And this one I will show because this one has already been sold. A good friend of mine who runs a comic book store, who also happens to be a horror movie fan, wanted something for his wife since she's into horror movies too, so I told him I was making these prop knives and would he be interested in one. So I cut out 4 blanks and let him pick one, and he picked the largest one. And he paid a little extra for me to make him a stand, and only horror movie guys will get this. October the 31st, 1963. So this is the large butcher knife. Basically, again, junk steel and full tang construction, meant to look like a real butcher's knife. Again, tips rounded off. There's no edge on it. Again, these are props. These are not meant to be real knives. And he bought this off of me straight up and then paid a little extra to have me build him this little stand for it. And I even put some holes right here so you could screw it to a wall. And basically, just like the handle, the stand is made out of reclaimed wood that I burnt to make it look old, just like from the horror movie. And I even stamped the word Halloween on the blade, because again, that's what he wanted. So I'm showing this one off before it gets sold. Again, just goes to show how realistic I can make a prop if I want to. And plus, this gives me a good way to use a bunch of this junk steel that I've been keeping that I just didn't know what to do with. It was too thin to make guards out of, and it was not good enough to make a blade out of, but it's awesome to make a prop knife with. And the pins are hand-hammered stainless steel, so it gives it another realistic look to it. And the handles are made out of some cheap pine wood that I had lying around. Because again, these are props. These are not meant to be real knives. And these are the other ones I haven't finished yet. Here's one that I gave a scary-looking curve to. Damn, that thing looks gruesome. And once this one's finished, again, it'll be all put for sale. And these are going to be between $40, maybe $50 a piece. Most likely $40 a piece. Maybe a little more if you want me to build you a custom stand with it. So there's one. And here is a small one that I produced. And then here's another one I produced with a slightly different blade. Again, these are all going to be prop knives that I'll be putting for sale when it gets close to Halloween, which is only a couple months away. And I'll be posting it about the week before, no, probably about the month before the new Halloween movie comes out, which, if I recall, is in October the 4th, for all you horror movie fans. So, and my last thing, of course, is the announcement. I will be going to dequeen on June the 4th. I mean, no, rephrase that. June the 1st. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I'll be going to visit some friends of mine, some family, and some friends of mine. And plus, I need a little bit of vacation. I've been working my butt off. So if you don't hear from me in a while, it is because I'm on vacation. And doing so, I'm also going to send a friend of mine's gift early. A friend of mine's birthday is coming up. My good buddy Outdoors Addiction. And he sent me something for my birthday. So it's only befitting that I send him something for his birthday. Outdoors, I hope you enjoy what's in this. I'm not going to show you what's in it. I'm just going to tell you it's very similar to something you sold to that pawn shop guy. Darn bugs. Anyway, that's all I've got to show. I hope you've enjoyed. And my buddy Eric, I hope you enjoy this prop knife I made you. And as always, stay sharp.